Welcome. It's Wednesday. It's 7:30ish, and you're here with us, the Source War, at Jazz Hour on YouTube. You can take it slow. No. It's Wednesday at 7:30ish. You're here, us, the Source War. Hi, how are you?
Hey.
Okay.
Hey everyone.
Hey everyone. Hey.
Hi everyone.
Hey.
Hi, Sean, and the other guy, Keith. I always say Keith, but there's no Keith. I kind of want there to be a Keith in our chat room. Come on, Keith.
It should be a Keith.
Yeah, so...
Get a Keith in there.
Get a
How's
Keith
everyone?
in there. Everybody all right? Yeah. Okay. Midweek. We're all tired.
Yeah.
We're all tired. Not gonna lie, we're tired, innit?
Yeah, very, very tired. It's been such a busy week already.
Tired.
I spent the whole day at work lifting heavy boxes, drove home, dropped off my shit, and went straight to the gym to lift heavy iron. I'm wrecked.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes. So just take it easy with us, people, okay? For a little bit slow, because we've been working hard, okay? So yeah, let's get straight into it. It's the Ishi moment. Let's go for it. What have we got on the list today?
It's issue 56. Bloody hell.
Issue 56. Wow.
56. Can't believe it sometimes, man. 56.
We're doing well. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hope so. So I've been reading. I've been actually reading Conan the Barbarian. I don't know if I've spoken about this already on the podcast. But Jason Aaron is doing Conan the Barbarian. It is Conan when he is an old guy, not very old. He's still he's old.
Still, yeah.
But he's got he's a king. He's King Conan now. And this particular issue was pretty much like a one shot. So I'd definitely say if you can pick it back up, pick it up if you can find it. It was out last week. But what I would say is if they were to do a Conan the Barbarian with Schwarzenegger coming back, this is the type of story that it should be. It was pretty darn sick. So basically, what's happened is it goes for a little prelude of. It's pretty much just a page of how Conan became king. Of wherever he is. It's actually Aquilonia. There's so many different places here that have. It's pretty good actually because they do actually have a map of his world. So yeah, you got Aquilonia, you got Argos, you got Shem, Koth. You've even got Asgard and Vanaheim. So he's actually the king now of Aquilonia, and you just see him on his throne just like this, and he's just got all of his minions telling him about the tax, people's problems in the town, and he's just basically bored, and he just wants some action.
As you do.
As he does. So he's just so bored that he actually starts to get sick.
Oh no!
So because he just needs to get out there and fight and kill, and so he basically has a lion. Someone brought him a lion as a gift, and he goes down. So he actually goes down to fight the lion. He takes the lion out of the cage, and the lion just comes up to him and smells him and starts purring, and he's like, I guess we, when you're alike, you know, you like-minded people are the same. So basically he has a lion now, chilling with the lion all day.
It starts to sound like He-Man right now.
It does. Yeah. And he gets so bored, he just decides, you know what, I'm just gonna go out there and look for trouble myself. So he's going out there. He's hearing from his minions. He's hearing like there's some kidnappers and thieves and things go out there. So he actually puts on a mask and goes out and starts to be a little vigilante himself.
Oh, Conan man, the Bachelanti.
Yeah.
Oh, bless him.
And so he actually gets another name for himself while he's out there and doing shizzle. So, but yeah, it was a great read. At first, I thought the artwork wasn't. I turned the page. When I first turned the page, it was like because it's very different from the previous artist. I can't remember the name of the artist before, but this artist is Gerardo Zaffino.
Okay.
And yeah, the first couple of pages is like, oh, okay, but then by the third, fourth page, you kind of get into it, and it's actually pretty good artwork in there as well. So yeah, that's Conan the Barbarian issue 4.
Nice.
So,
Source Wall approved. Go get it. Vigilante Conan. And what have you been reading, Mr. K?
Many things. That's a lie. That was a bald-faced lie. I read. You know what? Tell it to you like this.
Yeah, go ahead.
December 27th, 2019. A boy sacrifices his life to save Earth's son. Although his body is destroyed, his ring survives.
Oh.
I was reading Doomsday Clock, issue 9 of 12. 9 of 12. We're almost there. One more year and we'll be done. Maybe 2 more years. 11 more years. 50 years. Anyway.
Can I just say that synopsis that you wonderfully just said almost sounded like Gollum had like a second job and he was it's like this is ring. Yeah, go ahead.
No, so this issue was appropriately called Crisis. Yeah. And I feel like this issue is finally, Rich, if you read it, you probably agree with me, finally getting to the meat of the story.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you missed issues 1 through 8, whatever.
Don't worry about it.
Start from 9 and just go from 12. 9 till 12, sorry. But it starts off with like, which was funny. Basically, Dr. Manhattan.
Do you know who that guy is that had that ring, who sacrificed himself?
I'm not sure, because I'm familiar with the Legion of Superheroes. Is that what they're called?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with them.
I can't remember his name.
I'm familiar with them, but I need to kind of see them and be like, oh yeah, because I used to watch the cartoon as well. I've read some comics back in the day, and they always pop up. Like they popped up in Smallville, they popped up in Justice League, and I think they hinted towards them in Young Justice season 3. So I think we might be seeing them there soon as well. But anyway, he's kind of like just talking about how that this ring and that the boy has the ring at certain points, but then remember back in issue, I don't know what it was, when he said, let me get the year. Oh yeah, July 16th, 1940. I moved the lantern 6 inches out of Alan Scott's way, and then the boy doesn't have the ring. Amount 1,000 years later, 2,000 years later, the boy doesn't have the ring. I was like, you, Dr. Manhattan. He's just there, like, to me, it just seems like he's there out of boredom.
Yeah, it does seem like that. Oh man, do you know what? I think you should carry on with what actually happens in this book, because it is pretty nuts. And the way he, pretty much the next page, you see everybody. And I
was just about to say that. Yeah, you see everybody, every team. You've got the main Justice League. You've got the Green Lanterns. You've even got Donna Troy here. You've got Justice League of America here. You've got
Martian Manhunter.
That's Martian Man's team. You got Aquaman. You've even got Guy Gardner, Green Lantern. You've
Justice
got the
League Dark as well.
Yeah, Justice League Dark. You've got with Zatanna, Constantine. You've got the Doom Patrol. Yeah.
the
Blue
Bat
Beater,
family.
Question, Shazam family, the Bat family, including Red Hood. Like everybody is. Yeah, Question and I forgot what her name is.
Pretty much the whole roster.
Yeah, and they're heading up to the moon. Everyone except Batman
and Superman. They go
Superman. Yeah, Batman and Superman. But they're heading.
I'm not expecting Batman to go nowhere.
They're heading up to Mars, obviously, basically to confront what's going on there. They land. Oh yeah, because Superman is Superman. They're
Superman's
reeling.
incapacitated.
Yeah, they're reeling from what happened in was it Russia?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Firestorm.
Firestorm. Yeah. Yeah.
Firestorm basically kind of accidentally blew people up.
Well, was it actually Firestorm?
Well, that's the no. Sorry, it wasn't Firestorm. It was made to look like it was Firestorm.
Yeah.
I don't think it actually was. So this is the problem, everybody. For those of you listening, this issue comes out. I don't even know, like every 6 months or so. So
yeah,
it's really hard.
I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks delayed.
Yeah.
So,
But it's like we really kind of, as we're trying to explain what happens in this issue and we allude back to the previous one, we kind of have to just rattle our brains a bit. So please bear with us.
Yeah.
But Superman is incapacitated. So going forward, I just want to get to some reveals. Some reveals, Rich, help.
So Superman's incapacitated, and you got Lois Lane there. Obviously, she's there trying to talk to him, and she's crying and all that. And then she actually, let's wait for that bit to come.
Yeah,
later.
do you know what? So
you got Batman in the Batcave. Basically, he's just woken up.
He's woken up, and there's something on the news about the whole Firestorm incident.
Yeah,
no, because Wonder Woman is about to make have a press conference.
Yeah,
with all the world leaders, and then
and if you've forgotten, basically there's this whole thing about the Superman project. Was it the Superman project or
the Superman
theory?
Theory, yeah, which question undeniably believes is real, which I thought was funny.
Which basically is what we ask: why is there so many superheroes and why are they all from America?
They're all, yeah, exactly. But what it is, Batman is kind of realized that there is something deeper going on. So he knows that everybody's gone to Mars. So when he wakes up, he goes straight to his computer and because he read the questions diary, and he's like, I need to get everyone a
not
message.
The question. It wasn't a question.
So not question. Rorschach. He read Rorschach's diary. I'm sorry. It's because I was looking at the question. He read Rorschach's diary, and now he believes everything that he read. So he's aware that everybody is going to Mars. And
basically, because they can see that there's a big energy there. That is that was similar to what happened with Firestorm? Is that?
I think yeah. And I think they remembered what happened to. I'm assuming he remembers what happened to Vaughan as well. Not Vaughan. Remember in the button when
Oh yes, yeah.
Yes, I think he's putting. This is my theory. I think he's putting that together as well. He's like, right, this is all a bit too,
coincidental.
Yeah, so he's trying to say. He asked Alfred how long it would take to send a message up to Mars, and Alfred said something like
18 minutes.
18 minutes. So he's just like on that. That's what he's doing. The lanterns land on the Green Lanterns. Land on Mars. This is a juicy issue. There's a lot that happens. There's so much to tell. Basically, let's try and cut forward. They find a picture of Dr. Manhattan before he became who he is, and then he's approached by them. Firestorm shows up, and there's so much to go from.
So the Green Lanterns turn up and they find a picture. Everyone else is on their spacecraft. So basically, what they do, they kind of create a bubble around Mars, so it becomes breathable, so everyone can come out. So everyone comes out. They find the picture and they walk towards. Because when Dr. Manhattan went on to Mars, he created that sphere, that
giant sphere thing.
Yeah, so they walk towards that and they walk in, and then Dr. Manhattan is just walking as he does, butt ass naked.
Yeah, it was funny because it was who said it?
It was Guy. Was it Guy? No, it was one of the Shazam. No, it was one of the.
It was one of the Shazam kids, wasn't it? It's like he's because they're kids, isn't it?
Yeah, he's like gross. This
dude's gross. He's naked.
He's hanging in the wind. He's like, that's enough, Freddy. Darla, close your eyes. And then he's saying, Dr. Manhattan saying they're protesting the power they fear. And Martian Manhunter, it's kind of good because Martian Manhunter kind of just. He doesn't assume the role as leader, as in
He kind of just
he
steps into it, doesn't he?
Yeah, just kind of steps into it.
And he was being very diplomatic about things. He didn't go in kind of, you're the bad guy, I'm swinging. He tried to find out, what's going on.
Yeah. I like Guy Gardner, who
Gardner was very Guy Gardner about the situation, which I liked. He was like, but do you know what I liked about Guy Gardner? So they approach him.
I kind of like this name now. Go ahead.
they approach Dr. Manhattan, and he kind of talks in riddles, because like there's a point where
when he says they're protesting and
I was just about to read that bit.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was just about to read a bit. Dr. Manhattan says they're protesting a power they fear, and Jean is like, I don't understand. He's like, oh, excuse me, I was talking to Ronald Raymond 6 minutes from now. I thought that was genius. That was brilliant writing. It's like the Takians are muddling things up. You're here looking for answers you don't know the questions to. And then Guy Gardner's like, shocker, he's a lunatic. And then this is my favorite bit.
Oh, let me read this.
Well, go ahead, man. Because it was sick, though, wasn't it?
It was too sick. It's like, hey, blue man group. Before you launch into why you're messing with Superman, let me tell you about his friends. We're the biggest group of badasses in this side of the Milky Way. We've made the ruler of apocalypse lick the shit off our boots, shoved the universe eater back into the sewer he crawled out of. We've beaten armies of evil ring slingers looking to enslave us, burned up Batmen from alternate realities trying to torture us, and spanked super brats out to destroy us.
But that was brilliant. But as he's saying that, he showed Dr. Manhattan with his ring.
Yeah, so you can see Dark Side,
Doomsday, Brainiac. That looks like Superboy Prime, to be honest. I was wondering about that. But then I noticed like Dr. Manhattan kind of singles out the Superman lookalike.
Yeah.
So
my final vision of Superman.
Yeah. And then that's when Supergirl loses it. She's like, you think he's going to destroy you, so you're out to destroy him. And then basically all of them are like, that's it. Guy Gardner goes in for the first punch. Yeah. It looks like he breaks his neck.
Yeah, he definitely.
I actually thought, Guy Gardner. There's that phrase like "lucky punch" because years ago, Guy Gardner was talking, shizzle, and Batman punched him out, like just laid him out. Right. And there's always that thing where he's like, and I think it's one of the other Green Lanterns, the Squirrel one. He's like, lucky punch. He got him with no, it's not lucky punch. It's like one punch. He got him with one punch. And I thought that they were going to do that here because Guy Gardner punches him once.
Yeah.
And he's out. And I expected one of them to say that. I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
But
then he just disappears.
He disappears, gets up, and he just takes Guy Gardner's ring and destroys it.
He's like the way he takes it. He's like, that ring. I'm curious. What's inside it?
And
then he just grabs it, takes it, and he's like, I must admit, not knowing what is and what was and will be, it's enjoyable. And the energy and this energy emotion cultivated and manufactured into power by the ring. I find it difficult to affect. So that's for me, that's the first clue that maybe the ring has got something to do with finding a way of how to destroy him. Maybe Superman puts on the ring and punches him, and
you never know. And then that's the end of it.
Everybody's got Lord of the Rings syndrome right about now. Okay.
Yeah.
But then, and then there was the bit with magic where like Constantine, Etrigan, and Zatanna go after him, and it's like, you believe and he says, you believe. He's like, you believe you're wielding magic? I must perform a deeper analysis, but I see this power you harness is, in reality, the scraps of creation.
That's Libby.
That was brilliant.
That is so Libby.
Such shade.
Like the random errors in the computer code, discarded and forgotten. So he's just taken all this stuff that they spent years trying to master.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, this is just crap.
Yeah. It feels good to still learn.
Yeah. But he takes them all out. You see that the Flash Aquaman, Hawk Girl, Jean just get blown across because he takes the magic and uses it for himself. But going back to Earth, where Superman is with Lois Lane is with Superman, who shows up? Lex Luthor. She's like, you know, I'm not going to let you hurt Superman. You've been after him. I'm paraphrasing, but you've been after him for years. It's not happening. And he says, oh, Lois, it's true. I admit I'm ecstatic to see Superman taken down a peg or two. And when I read that, I read it in that I forgot his name, the actor, but you know, in Superman the animated series.
Oh right, yeah.
That Superman Lex Luthor. Oh, that's just how I heard it. It's like, but please, hear me out. And he hands her a gun to say, you know, I brought a gun, but I'm giving it to you. Yeah. And he's basically saying, you know, I was the one who sent you the footage of those heroes that never were. It's proof, Lois. And he's like, Lois Lane is like, proof of what? And this is where it got interesting for me. That there is a force out there undermining not only Superman, but all of creation. Wait for it. My evidence points to one of his victims. Have you ever heard of Wally West? And I was like, shit, come on now. It's coming together.
The WW,
it's coming
together.
It's coming together, man.
So what are you giving this comic? What are you giving this?
Do you know what? This comic was really good. There's so much more. There's so much more. If I was to give this 5 geeks, this what are we doing out of 5 geeks? I would give it a full 5. Yeah. Honestly, a full 5. Nice. Because it goes into the Superman theory. There was one part with Ronnie Raymond that I thought was so sad, where Firestorm, because he's for those that don't know, Firestorm is 2 people in one body. Firestorm is like
when he took him back.
Yeah, Ronnie Raymond is like the main part of the body, and then Professor Fine is kind of like in his head, and Dr. Manhattan takes Ronnie Raymond back in time to the day of his accident, and like, why'd you bring me here? And then Dr. Manhattan just leaves him there, and he peeks Ronnie Raymond peeks into Fine's office, and Fine is talking on the phone to God knows who, about how Ronnie Raymond is like his son, and you know what? Hang on, I just want to get it back. If you take the origins of the others into consideration and apply the same. I know how much trouble some of them have caused. That's why my search for this one was not that bit. Basically, he groomed Ronnie Raymond and tricked him, and he caused the accident. He Fine wanted to become a metahuman, and he used Ronnie Raymond to do it and pretended that it was an accident. So he basically stole his life. I thought that was so sad.
Yeah.
He said, what better way to learn more about these metahumans than from the inside? From the inside, that was a brilliant line as well. Because he's literally inside Ronnie Raymond. And Ronnie Raymond just freaks out. I was like, no, this is all a lie. Get out of my head. So it was such a juicy issue. And the rest of the issue, basically, you can just see the panel, for those of you who are watching on YouTube. It's just everybody fighting Dr. Manhattan from the Green Lantern, Black Canary, whoever that girl is. I think her name is Shade.
It's like that
Big
bit in Avengers when all of them are using their lasers against
Ultron.
Instead of it being just Iron Man, Thor, and Vision, it's pretty much all the Green Lanterns, Supergirl,
Stargirl, Shazam. And Captain Atom. Remember when Captain Atom came and he's like, get Beetle and get clear. And he's like, forget Superman. Captain Atom is the last thing you will ever see. And then he just goes supernova on him. It's sick.
Crazy.
That is a 5 stars. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to... Go on.
God.
You two are probably geeking out.
Because he blows him up. And then just how he came back in
the movie the comic.
In the comics, he just realigns himself, reatomizes, comes back, and he's just like, "What are you hoping to accomplish?" And then you just see
Dr. Manhattan is just so like, I am everything and I am nothing. What are you lot doing? Leave me alone. Like,
it's so weird because if you were to read Watchmen or watch Watchmen, he's just being Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, yeah.
But
He's not even like he's a bad guy or.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like it's like he's just being Dr. Manhattan. But if you read it in the context of like the DC superheroes, he's a villain. He's coming across villainous. But if you had never seen Watchmen or watched Watchmen, you've never heard of Dr. Manhattan, and you came across him here, he'd come across as villainous. Do you get what I mean? Like heartless. He's been doing this and that to their reality, and they need to stop him. So it's kind of like you can see it in two different ways. You can see it from Dr. Manhattan's side, where he's just being Dr. Manhattan, and then you can see it from the Justice League or the DC superheroes, and it's like, no, he's effing stuff up. We need to
sort him out.
We need to stop this. Yeah. So as far as Guy Gardner and the rest of them is concerned, this is another villain that they need to sort out.
Yeah.
It's no different from them taking on Brainiac or Darkseid, who's got a God complex. So.
But how do you take out Dr. Manhattan? How?
Superman needs to wake up, yo. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
that's it.
I think they have to split him the same way he like materializes or reatomizes. I think you'd need to split him and then send him like to different parts so he can't reatomize, and then that's.
I don't think Dr. Manhattan works like that.
Nah, I don't think he does.
He doesn't work like that.
It's not like Deadpool or Wolverine where you can separate the body.
Them. Yeah.
He's more complex.
He's energy. He's more energy than solid.
But you can separate energy, but you'd have to do it in a way. Or maybe you put Dr. Manhattan in a ring and then you trap him in there.
Yeah, maybe that's what I mean. Because like, how is Superman gonna punch? How is Superman's punch the last thing he sees?
Yeah,
he's not really.
In the comics years ago, Superman has done some outlandish things. Like, I don't know if you've ever watched like a top 10 craziest superpowers that Superman's ever had. Like, those things are funny sometimes. Yeah. He's just been a ball of energy himself at points. Do you know what I mean? So, do you know one thing I didn't notice until kind of going through this again, like right now?
What's that?
All the superheroes are on Mars except the Trinity.
Yeah, exactly.
Superman is unconscious. Batman is just woken up from a mini coma. He's in the Batcave.
Yeah.
And Wonder Woman is at a kind of a summit, like a world summit. And,
the last page,
I was going to say, because while she's about to give her speech, Black Adam, I think her name is Giganta, and this guy needs to decide if he's a superhero or a villain, but the Creeper.
The Creeper.
What's his name again?
Oh, yeah. I think he is something like the Creeper.
He's called the Creeper,
that was...
Rex, not Rex Mason, Jack Ryder. His name is anyway.
Yeah, but it was Thingy's creation. Man,
Bruce Timm.
No, it was
Dan Didio. Houdini.
Why am I forgetting his name?
From the Justice League animated series. I mean, Batman animated series.
Yeah, no, it's the why am I forgetting his name again?
Come on, people in the chat, help out.
They don't know. I ain't got no faith.
He did the old New Gods and
Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
There we go.
Anyway, they show up, and Wonder Woman's like, "What are you doing?" And Black Adam's like, "What am I doing? I'm making a move."
Yeah.
All your friends are on vacation. The writing in this was so good. There was just so many great lines. There was so many great lines. Like I said, this was a really juicy issue. And then at the end, in true Doomsday Clock fashion, is like news articles or a little bit of something to read at the end. Yeah. And then it just tells you more. It's kind of like a note. It's kind of like a proposal written by Martin Stein.
Sorry, let me just say I was mistaken. It was Steve Ditko, not Jack.
Okay.
I knew it was one of the greats.
Yeah, I need to correct myself. Earlier, I called him Professor Fine. His name is Martin Stein. So Professor Stein. Well, anyway.
It's Wednesday, people. Midweek.
It's Wednesday. Like I said, I'm tired.
There we go.
Anyway, Stein kind of had wrote like a proposal where they're doing this Superman project, and it's basically him singling out Ronnie Raymond, and they bring up Rex Mason, who's Metamorpho, Jack Ryder, who's the Creeper, or whatever his name is, and Kirk Langstrom, who's Man Bat. It's like they orchestrated all of this.
Right.
So that Superman. So the Superman theory, the Superman. What is it called? The Superman. Oh, it's in here somewhere. Wherever. Let's call it the Superman theory. The Superman theory is real now, and it's like they're not accidents.
Yeah.
They are not accidents.
So it has. Yeah, it has gone from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah,
Okay, that's good. Let's keep it up there, Doomsday Clock people. You know, your you know what I mean. Your people have been waiting a mighty long time.
The sad thing is that we've waited so long for this issue, and this is issue 9. Obviously, we've got to wait for issue 10.
Yeah,
and now we like by the time that comes out, I would have forgotten all of this.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating. Like I'm thinking, oh man, I can't wait to read this next month. Oh,
yeah, it's delayed.
Yeah. And in all honesty, I've had enough. I just want to read the book. I just want to read it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It does seem like it would definitely be a trade paperback. You get more enjoyment out from the trade because you everything will be there rather than waiting 2 months for every issue.
This was supposed to have ended January of this year. I think it was announced in 2016, and it was supposed to be like late 2016.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And it would have come out January 2018, and it was supposed to be a 12-month run, so it would have lasted you the whole year, and that was really exciting.
Yeah.
After the first issue, they were talking about actually there's going to be like mad delays, and you just forget.
Yeah.
How many people have probably fallen off this book and thought, you know what, I'll just wait for the trade paperback?
Yeah, true. Well, speaking of falling off.
Ooh.
Sorry for the long review, people. This was so meaty, and I didn't have time to prepare a proper review. But it's really good. I recommend you go out and get it. Doomsday Clock issue 9. Get you some.
Get you some.
What's next, man?
So, comic poll list for this week. We've got some nice ones.
Yes.
We've got a few. We've got one that's Spider-Man issue 17. This one is by Nick Spencer and Humberto Ramos. This is Hunted Part 1. So Kraven the Hunter's back, and we've been teasing a huge Kraven story since Amazing Spider-Man issue 1, and Hunted is here to deliver it. Sergei Kravinoff and his minions have been kidnapping animal-themed characters for months, but they need one more to complete the collection, the Spider. But what does Kraven even want with all of them? Find out in Hunted. This has been pretty sick because as you just said, Kraven the Hunter's back, and basically what's happened is he actually engineered some kids of his that he had quite a few of them. Like I think it was it's over 60 something or close to 100 kids, and basically they all hunted each other, and one of them came back with all their skulls. So so
interesting.
he's his pride and joy now. But basically, what he's been doing is he's been using a Black Ant, I think his name is, and what is his name?
Wipeout Wednesday, people.
Yeah, Wipeout Wednesday. Taskmaster. So Taskmaster and Black Ant has been kidnapping all these animal-themed, like Rhino, Vulture, all these guys, and caging them up. So we don't know exactly what is going to happen, but a big hunt is on the way, and now they're after Spider-Man. So we'll see what happens.
Oh dear. Poor Spidey.
Yeah.
Do you know, I haven't read, it's like I'm collecting them every month. I haven't read Amazing Spider-Man in ages.
It has been pretty dope though. Nick Spencer's been doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. The artwork sometimes is a bit it's not to my liking sometimes. Yeah, it's still good, but not to my particular likings. But the story itself is pretty good. And
to be honest, what will happen is that I'll end up doing what I did with Dan Slott's run, is that I'll just binge read it
Right.
I binge read a lot
That's
of it.
what I did as well.
I read nothing else but Amazing Spider-Man. So when I'm ready,
Yeah.
it's there, you know.
Yeah. Do you want to read the Batman Who Laughs?
Yes. Just let me prepare my voice. Actually, I'm going to do it like this.
Oh yeah.
Rip from Batman's room. Nope.
Bring
Ripped
on the
from
bits.
Batman's greatest nightmares. The Grim Knight is. I can't do it. Ripped from Batman's greatest nightmares. The Grim Knight is the world. Why can't I do it? The Grim Knight is his world's. Nope. I'm bailing out.
Nope. Okay.
Let me start again. I can do this. Ripped
Come on now.
from Batman's greatest nightmares, the Grim Knight is his world's most dangerous vigilante, unafraid to use any weapon and go to any lengths to stop those whom he deems worthy of death. Trained with the finest arsenal Wayne money can buy, learn the secret origin of the second deadliest Batman. Hand selected by the Batman Who Laughs to bring his dark plans to fruition. This one-shot has a big 28-page story. By DC Comics. The D is for D's nuts.
Actually, it might be for detective.
Yeah. I was
by
worried and I was like, are we?
That's by Scott Snyder, Eduardo Riso, Jock, and James Tinion the Fourth.
Yep.
And I've just got an email today saying that my issue is on its way.
Woohoo! Nice. The other comic that's on the pull list is X-Force issue 4 by Ed Bryson, Dylan Burnett, and Pepe Larraz. Ahab has returned to exterminate X-Force. What twisted scheme is Ahab conducting that has attracted the attention of X-Force? The team has begun to put pieces together, but will they figure it out in time to stop mass genocide?
Ooh. Oh dear.
That's a good question. Will they?
Oh dear.
Well, it has actually been pretty good, X-Force. So I'm enjoying it. Let's see if they can carry it on, and can't wait to see some more interesting characters return. Hopefully,
again.
I like it when doings transpire.
We all do. Yay! Is the last one my one?
No, we've got one more. Red Hood.
Okay.
Outlaw.
Oh yes, Red Hood. Go.
Prince
Issue
of
32
Gotham
by Scott LaBelle.
After months on the road, Jason Todd has returned to Gotham City, but where the Red Hood once operated as an underground criminal mastermind. Jason Todd is a businessman. Unfortunately for the Penguin, his first order in business is a hostile takeover of the Iceberg Lounge and Casino. A bold new era for Jason Todd begins, and Batman is going to be so pissed off when he finds out about it. Red Hood Outlaw, issue 32 by DC Comics. Get you some.
Yay!
Nice.
That was so cool. Okay, I think that's the last one. My one. Yay! My one is Assassination, issue 1 by Image Comics. The world's former greatest hitman hires the 20 best assassins in the world to be his bodyguards. These mean as hell hired guns and murderers must work together to keep the new crime boss safe while attempting to solve the mystery of who's trying to off him. With the same laugh and with the same laugh until you cry spirit of action comedies like Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz is hilarious. You should watch that. Tropic Thunder. Didn't like the blackface in that film, but okay. And Deadpool. Assassination is a bombastic, haven't heard this word for a little while, side-splitting murder fest you've been waiting for. By Carl Starks, Erica Henderson. Yeah, that's it. Woo!
Okay. I need to just, this has nothing to do with anything. But I didn't mind this is the only situation that I can think of where I didn't mind blackface in a movie. And the reason is is because they had an actual black guy in the movie to say that it was BS, and it was just it was mad funny, and it was funny because
it was pretty funny.
And there was a point that I don't know how well you remember the movie, but there's a point in the movie where Robert Downey Jr.'s character is talking, and you can see that he breaks character for like a millisecond because he's about to start busting up laughing. It's like seriously. So I'm down. That's the only time I'm down for it.
That was such a sick film.
It was. If they didn't have what's his name, Brandon T. Jackson, if they didn't have him in there to say that it was BS, I probably would have thought, no, what are you doing? But
what the F?
At least they had him. They had him there to say, no, this is wrong. What are you doing?
And then the way he says to the other guy, you never go full.
Yeah, you never go.
He's like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. You went full black.
Yeah.
Yay! That is our poor list.
Yeah, that assassination. That sounds pretty good.
It does, right?
Yeah. Carl Starks.
Carl Starks, man. But yeah.
Cool.
I know a Tony Starks.
Yeah.
Me too.
Sure.
Right, comic book news. And I'm just going to flip my camera around.
It's not exactly comic book news.
It's comic news.
It's news surrounding comics. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's news surrounding the comic that had come and gone twice, actually, I think. Is it twice they did this, or is it the one time? But anyway, I'm talking about Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So odd. It's just so odd.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why?
Well, they did bring out a comic in 2015.
The comic do you know what? That comic is sitting on my floor and has been on my floor in sync wrap for years because Batman and the Turtles are probably my two favorite franchises, like pop culture franchises. And I feel like I'm not yet ready to read it because I feel like my mind will blow if I read this. Read this book.
I did read the first issue. It was pretty good, but I didn't actually get through it all. But yeah, the artwork on it is pretty dope.
It's got nothing but good reviews. Nothing but reviews.
I have heard constant good reviews about it as well. So, but the trailer just basically came out, and it's an animated film that's co-produced through Warner Brothers Animation and Nickelodeon and DC. So yeah, the film is based on James Tynion the fourth again, and Freddie Williams II's 2015 comic book crossover, directed by Jake Castorino and Marley Helpner Grasser. I'm butchering the names. Turtles track Shredder to Gotham City, where the villain teams up with Ra's al Ghul and the other members of the Dark Knight's Rogue Dark Knight Rogues Gallery to enact a mysterious plot. Just like another 5 movie between two superheroes, these sets of good guys may throw a few punches at each other before realizing there's a few more real enemy lurking in the shadow. So as you do, you always get the two heroes, and
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's just so odd. Some of the like mutants,
voice actors, because we've got. I don't know if you know him. But we got Troy Baker as Batman. And the Joker. I don't know if you know how insane that is. Troy Baker is like so sick. So for him to be Batman and the Joker,
you got skill.
I was like, we've got Tara Strong as Harley Quinn, which is dope. John DiMaggio is one of my favorite voice actors as well. He if you like Adventure Time, you like Jake the dog. Sorry, lost his name there.
Okay, I was like,
but he also played the Joker in Under the Red Hood.
Oh, really?
Which was really, really good. I love his version of that guy. And
that guy
and some other actors and actresses that will be doing some voice acting too, but these are the names that I know. So yeah, I am about this. go
One
on.
thing I didn't like was the animation or the costume that Batman's actually wearing in this. It had the kind of Batman 66 feel to it, and I don't know
The
if you,
animation, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah, it did have that kind of bright kind of. Do you know why I think they chose that?
Why is that?
Because of the Ninja Turtles. Whenever they've done.
But what like the comic that the artwork in the comic, I preferred that kind of darker look to
I
Batman
know,
rather. This one looks a bit brighter.
but what I'm saying is the original Ninja Turtles comic was dark. It was gritty, and then we
Right.
got the '80s cartoon. Do you know what I mean? Which is nothing the same. The only time they went dark with the Turtles was when they did I think it was like the 2000s cartoon, and I was like season 1 and 2, and then they realized what they like. It was dark, and then each season progressively gets lighter and lighter with the Turtles of that season, and then
Stop bleaching. Go ahead.
it's just I feel like when you see it in animation or movie form, the Turtles for some reason has to be marketed to little kids.
Yeah, I get
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but when you read it in the comics, like the comics that I've got up there, it's like dark and gritty. So, or even that first movie we grew up on, the first live action movie,
they were
that was dark.
Yeah.
That was dark. But then they realized, oh, kids like this. And then the second and the third one, they didn't even use their weapons, and it was just comical.
Yeah.
That was a bit.
Getting to my point, I just feel that's the reason they chose that color scheme, that art style, that tone, that palette, is so that it could appeal to kids. Like I don't know why they feel like turtles need to be. I don't know. And I don't mean Ninja Turtles, but in general, turtles need to be like cute and fun. Do you know what I mean?
Actual turtles aren't cute and fun, you know.
No, they'll bite your hands off
and run under your couch. They ain't friendly. So yeah, and plus children have Pixar and Disney and all of those. Can you just give the turtles to the adults, please? Because I feel like they're going through adult situations, so you might as well. Oh well, never mind. Never mind.
All right. So that was Turtles then.
Yeah.
Turtles versus
Yeah.
Batman. Batman v
It's just odd.
TMNT.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. The thing is, I feel like I'm gonna have to force myself to read the graphic novel, which
before you watch it.
Before I watch it, because I'd want the original. And like I say, it's on my floor. It's been sitting there for well, I guess apparently since 2015.
Yeah.
Read it, man. Read it.
It should be coming out this spring, so it will be released on digital entertainment 4K Ultra HD combo pack and Blu-ray combo pack.
Well, we can do
very nice.
I'm Mr. B6. Look at me.
So shall we
what else you got?
All right, let's do the other two trailers before we do the main thing. Anyone watch the Brightburn trailer?
No. Yeah.
What did you think?
It just reminded me of Superman. It was reminded me of Superman.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you finish.
Have you not heard of Brightburn?
Is that the movie about the little kid who comes to Earth and actually wears that horror movie?
Yeah.
I saw like a trailer months back. Is there another trailer?
Yeah.
There's another trailer.
What? Oh my days.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that when we're done.
So
yeah.
I mean, a lot of it reminds me of Superman, and the fact that they're marking it as a horror at this point it doesn't feel like a horror. You know what I mean? If it was kind of like, okay, man, you know, got dropped in a pod in Earth, whatever. The two people found him, and he's on a farm, and there's a field, and and then he started to do some things like where, I don't know. You know, like when they do with the shot where children are together and then the lights go out and one child's gone, and you're just like, you know what I mean? Like, if it was something like that kind of thing, then I'd be like, cool. You know what I mean?
I'm really enjoying it. I love the trailer. It looks like what would really happen with Superman.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I don't know if you missed the point, Isha, but like with all due respect, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. No, but I was gonna say, like, the point of it was supposed to be what could have happened if there was just no Superman was raised by this couple, and they were supposed to be like the perfect couple that this kid could that could have found this kid, and he grew up to be the most understanding, the most likable, like just the the greatest hero Earth has ever known.
The real American hero.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not calling him that.
Still...
I'm talking about what he does for the world, because first of all, he flies back and forth from Paris. He put the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You know, he's worldwide.
Yeah.
Against my point, what if a couple finds him, and maybe it wasn't the Kents, maybe it was the other old couple, like two farms over. They raise him, they find the boy, and they raise him, but they just couldn't handle him the way the Kents did. That kid grows up just to be, I don't know, just like his natural instincts. And maybe this kid wasn't from Krypton. Maybe this kid was from somewhere else. And he basically just like, what happens if? Do you know what I mean? And I like the concept. I think it's a really cool concept. And I didn't see the trailer that you guys saw, the new one. I didn't know that. To be honest, I completely forgot about this movie. But I remember that one scene where he's got the red cape, where it's like it's the weird kind of creepy hood. Yeah. And I'm like, come on, what if? What if? Like Superman is the most powerful being on that planet. What if? And I love the concept of this movie. I really do.
But they could have still done that in terms of his Superman, because it's like, even when Superman was a child, who's to say that he wasn't like still just a child? Like how every child is. That's
the thing. That's the concept of it. Is that he's getting bullied and it's payback time.
And in that retrospect, I think the trailer I saw, it just didn't give me enough horror, if that makes any sense. Not that it needs to be generic horror, but I'm just like,
it wasn't horror.
It wasn't. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's the other thing. I feel like it's giving you.
It's like okay, cool, but like, go on.
So I didn't realize you were still talking because you broke up. So I didn't mean to cut you off.
Breaking up quite a bit.
I didn't mean to break up. No,
I'm just gonna say, I feel like, okay, and I'm going by the first trailer. I think it creeped you out just enough, but at the same time reminded you of Superman to give you the intrigue. And I just feel like when you see this movie, the trailer doesn't need to give you, because imagine if it gives you all the horror bits, then they probably would have done the thing where they've shown you the whole movie and you don't want that. So
definitely not.
They've given you the right amount of snippets to keep you interested. Is what I'm thinking. I'll watch it later.
This trailer does show a little bit more, and there's a bit more horror elements to it, and it gives you more of not the story, but kind of his perception in a sense.
I'm definitely gonna go watch it, but I was just like, okay, because I'm trying to do this whole one trailer thing. So I watch one trailer
and that's it.
And then that's it. Especially in a film that has a good concept kind of thing. So I'm just like, okay, cool, and then move on kind of thing.
I can't.
I know.
I'm not built like that, man.
You know,
I'm watching
when I went to see
third, fourth, fifth.
When I went to see Captain Marvel the other day,
Ooh.
they tried showing me an Avengers trailer. I was like, nah, I put my popcorn down, close my eyes, put my hands deep in my ears. I was like, I ain't watching this. You take me for backside. Show man some respect, you asshole.
Well, speaking of Captain Marvel, the Aladdin trailer. What did you lot think about that?
Right.
That was rude, firstly. It's rude. I thought we were going to go into a review about Captain Marvel. I got excited and come with this Aladdin trailer. Go ahead, Rich. Sorry, go ahead, Kieran.
I am not one of these people that's, Will Smith, and why isn't he blue? First, he's blue. And this movie could have gone so far left.
Yeah.
We could have just been whitewashed. They could have got Jake Gyllenhaal to play Aladdin like they did with Prince of Persia. Do you know what I mean? They could have got before he, did what he did, or before they found out what he did. Kevin Spacey could have been Jafar. Do you get what I mean? It just could have been straight whitewashed. And first of all, they've got the cast look like the cast, and I think the movie it looks entertaining. It looks like Aladdin.
It does.
It looks like Aladdin, and
I really
I remember
enjoyed
Will
it.
Smith said on his Instagram, "Trust him." Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It looks like a fun movie, and the thing you need to go in watching this movie is that it's not Aladdin from you've seen that already. It's not Aladdin from 1993. This is a live action. I can see Isha just building up. But you know what, Isha? I'll say this to you: you don't have to watch the movie. You don't.
I know.
You don't have to watch the movie. But I think it looks good. I think it looks like a lot of fun. And again, people were like, "Oh, Robin Williams, this Robin." First of all, Robin Williams is dead. God rest his soul. He's dead. He can't do it. He can't do it. And I think it was thinking about it. Someone as wacky and as goofy as the genie. I can't think of an actor besides Will Smith who could pull off wacky and goofy.
Jim Carrey.
It did actually fit.
That would have been way too much.
Jim Carrey.
That would have been way too much.
I feel like Robin Williams was way too much.
No, Robin Williams was perfect. He was perfect for that role. He was really perfect for that role.
He was perfect.
Jim Carrey.
Nah, I'm sorry, no. Because you know what? And if people are comparing him to Robin Williams, when Robin Williams played the genie, sorry, he was not overacting. He gave the right amount of what you need, what the character needed. I feel like if it was Jim Carrey, it would. As much as I love Jim Carrey, I don't think I would like the movie if Jim Carrey was playing the genie. That's just me. Okay. It would be too much.
Okay.
Yeah. Get your dick out my face, man. I'm trying to watch the movie.
Language.
Okay.
So Will Smith, I thought he looked good. I did actually think it looked pretty decent. It looked good. I'm intrigued to find out what the remix of your favorite friend is. What's it called again? Friend Like Me.
Friend Like Me. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really intrigued to hear that remix. I want to hear the remix of Arabian Nights. I want to hear that again.
I don't think they should remix that. Just play the song.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a song and dance. Just play the song.
Well, it's a musical, isn't it? So they got the musicals.
Yeah, exactly.
I
loved it. I liked it. I'm looking forward to it.
Go on.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. No. Go. Sorry. I was gonna say, I like the casting. I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
I like the fact that again, it looks like they're in a. This is for you. Look. Like I like the fact that obviously it looks like they're in, Arabia, whatever. You know what I mean, kind of thing. Like it's culturally appropriate for what they're doing. Yeah. My only thing is I like when the genie is in like human form. Then I don't mean to interrupt, but as I took my headphones out and I'm looking at you, I'm just seeing the animation in your body. You're just going, it looks so funny. So I'm passionate about this, man.
Oh my days! I wish you people who are listening on the podcast systems, like, she was going in. I couldn't even hear her, but she was going in.
No, but I like the genie when he's in human form. I think that works fine, and I don't mind like having the Will Smith, obviously his face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's just something about me where I wish he just didn't have his face when he's blue. Like I just wish he had a generic genie face. You know what I mean? Because his face is so. That. Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of bothers me. Apart from that, I'm happy with the tiger. I'm happy with the carpet. Like I do wish Jafar was a little bit older. I'm not gonna lie. I wish he was just a little bit older.
Yeah, I'll agree with you.
You know what I mean? Because he was a little bit young. But then I don't know what the dad is gonna look like. If the dad is more or less kind of this, not the same.
I guarantee he is not gonna be that short, stubby. He's not. No, he's not. They're gonna make him look like a Hollywood sultan. I'm telling you. Yeah. I'll be surprised if he.
And that's fine because then it works age range for everybody, obviously in the palace, whatever. But that those are the only kind of two things of not when the genie is blue, not having that kind of Will Smith face kind of thing. Like I just wish it's a tiny bit more distorted kind of thing. But it's just apart from that, it looks fun.
One more thing. Firefly's Alan Tudyk will be voicing Lago.
The what?
Lago, the parrot.
Iago.
Iago, sorry.
Iago. What's wrong with
like,
you?
who the hell is Lago?
Sorry, man. I can't remember their names. I'm just reading
Iago. Wait, is he new or is he going to be the same guy? Is that the same guy? Is that a new guy?
I think it's a new guy. That's a new guy.
Okay. All right, then cool.
Yeah.
I would love if they got the original guy.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
around,
yeah.
isn't he?
He's about.
Yeah,
He's
no,
about.
yeah.
There's a big
But
surprise.
Apart from that, yeah, you know what I mean. It looks cool. You know what I mean. It looks all right. But there's the only two things that I was just like, I wish Jafar was a little bit older, and I wish when the genie was blue, he didn't have a Will Smith face. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Apart from that, nah, I like it.
Scholars Will Smithist.
No, I'm Smithist.
Will Smithist, boy.
Uh,
She ain't going to see Bad Boys 3.
Yeah, I will be.
all right. Let's do Should we do a non-spoiler Captain Marvel today?
Did you see the bit where the things happened and the people showed up and it was like, my god!
I feel like, why do we need to do a non-spoiler? It's been enough time.
Because one of our peoples, and you know who you are, hasn't seen it yet. He said he was going to go, but he hasn't seen it yet. Boy, go see the film so we can talk about this on the real.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
and
let's do a quick non-spoiler then, and then next week we'll do a spoiler. We'll spend a bit more time with it, because we're at the hour mark now, so we kind of got to run through.
Yeah, this. I need to shower, eat,
all of that.
I haven't had a tea. I'm dying for a tea. Cup of tea.
Right.
Right. So
I'm just gonna go. Can I
go
first?
Wait. Let me just ask you guys this.
Go ahead.
Did you like it?
So I thought, it was okay because and this is only because obviously Marvel have done whenever they do the first movie, it's always been a bit like. But I feel you've gone past the 10-year mark now, innit? Like your first movies should be of some caliber. Like they should be
Soul caliber.
That too. They should be kind of up there. You know, they should. If you're talking about in terms of on the mark of 10, they should be at least at 6. You know what I mean? Should be at a 6. It was okay. It was okay.
All right.
You know. What did you think?
All right. So for me, and I liked the movie. I'll probably watch it again at some point, but not go out of my way too. It's like, all right, Sunday, Captain Marvel's on. I ain't got nothing to do.
Watch that.
I'll watch it. But I like coming out of the cinema. I liked it. I enjoyed a lot of the movie. I will be honest and say that in the beginning, and this is probably like the first 20 minutes to half hour, I was bored. I was so bored. And I'm like, I'm going to walk out of this bitch. Like, because it just struck me as an odd place for the movie where it started as an odd place. Again, like after seeing all these, how many movies has it been? 21?
21.
It just seemed like an odd place to start. It just came a bit weird, and then it wasn't for me until she landed. And this isn't a spoiler because if you've seen it in the trailers, until she landed in Blockbusters, where I was like, okay, now I'm invested.
Do you
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once that happened, I was completely invested. I was like, oh, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? And you know, she meets people, and things happen, and they go places, and there's a cat.
There's a cat. It's a cute cat.
And it could be a cat.
It could be a cat with an interdimensional stomach or whatever. But it's like,
it was okay.
I enjoyed it. And one thing that my brother pointed out, which is a very good point, is that we've all complained when they do origin movies. And we're sick and tired of seeing the origin. So this one kind of did a little bit of a loophole where she already had her abilities, but she just had amnesia. She didn't know. So I was like, okay, I'll give them that for trying to do something different. So that, you know, they get points for that.
No spoilers.
No, I'm not spoiling it. I'm not spoiling it. Oh shit, that was a spoiler. Sorry.
I was waiting for him to clock. I was like, is he going to clock that he just said it? Or is he just going to be like...
Okay, so we're doing minor spoilers. That's it. That's what I said. Was that a major spoiler?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Sorry, whatever. No. Only one person hasn't seen it.
There you go.
But I forgot what I was saying. Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. He liked it. It was okay. Rich, go ahead.
So I enjoyed it. I liked it. Obviously, it wasn't the best one.
Yeah.
I think obviously coming after Ant-Man and the Wasp and coming after Infinity Wars, obviously being a 20-odd movie as well, obviously people are going to think, oh, it needs to be it. And yeah, it should be spectacular. But it wasn't. I think it's more of, like Brie Larson said, it wasn't made for us in a sense.
Yeah.
This film, I'm definitely going to see again. Take my little sisters to watch it because I think they'll love it.
Cute.
But yeah, I think it's a film that should have came out quite a while ago.
Yeah.
I liked what they've done to the character in a sense that it's not too convoluted. There's not too many things going, because if you actually know Carol Danvers in the comics, she's got quite a lot of things happen to her, which are some are good and a lot are bad.
Yeah, Rogue.
Yeah.
And that alien that basically raped her.
Yeah.
She's had a lot of stuff happen to her.
She's had quite a lot of stuff. I like what they've done with Annette Bening's character. I like what they've done. I particularly love what they've done with the Skrulls as well.
I loved what they did with the Skrulls. I love that.
Yeah.
I love what they. I love the whole with particularly Annette Bening character. I've been hearing a lot of commotions about what they did, but I kind of like it in a sense that it's more of a futuristic thing, and you can kind of see where they're getting at, and I think that other things will be shown in the next Captain Marvel movie. And I like the fact of what they've actually done, basing it in the 90s. Because that can build a bigger story as well in the next the next part 2 or 3 or whatever. There's a lot that can happen between the 90s and now, which they could do. I love what they did with Nick Fury.
Yeah, he was so much fun in that movie.
It was good. The only thing was that obviously they did well with the VFX on his face, making him look younger. And Agent Coulson as well. Although
Agent Coulson looked good, boy.
It looked alright, but Samuel L. Jackson's one was a bit better. I think the look on him was a lot better. What was I going to say? I was going to say his fighting. You couldn't really. You can really see his age. I think he's 70 odd years old now. So you can really see, that he's not as young as he used to be.
He still did well.
He did well. Yeah.
Can't knock him that.
Can I do one more point?
One more thing. I love Stan Lee tribute as well. That was sick.
Yeah. And his cameo.
Yeah.
His cameo was brilliant.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, it was so perfect.
Yeah.
It was just the smallest thing, but it meant so much. Even like her reaction to him.
Yeah,
it was
because
just like,
the thing is, that cameo was shot before he passed. And like you said, it was the perfect. It was the perfect cameo. It was. I don't want to say it was. You people go out there and see it, but it was like, I don't know. It's almost like he was like, I'm gonna die soon, so this is how I want to do it for the next movie. It was perfect.
It was
perfect.
It was so nice.
That tribute didn't nearly make me cry. Like,
in the beginning, I was like, the
cinema was quiet, and I was like,
no, I shouted Excelsior. I
feel like there were people in the cinema who went to see that movie because they're fans of the MCU, and I was the only one who was the fan of comic books. So when the tribute came up, I was like, and the cinema was quiet. I was like, oh my God, it's Stan. It's Stan. But everyone heard me.
I know,
I was like, Stan's there.
Yeah. Some guys, when someone's sitting next to you, I was just like, I put like a heart symbol up. I was like, Excelsior. And the man next to me was like, yay. I was like, we do this together. No, it was really nice. Yeah. But
Other thing I would say is two things.
It's
First of
better than
all,
Wonder Woman.
oh, I'm sorry, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, I'm not going into the why.
I have to agree with you. I have to agree with.
Do you know what? Whatever, I can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered. The other thing I was.
We'll explain it next week.
Nah, I'm not. I don't. I'd rather just not talk about it. I really can't be bothered. Can't be bothered.
It was so much better.
Whatever. I'm definitely not taking the opinion of someone who doesn't like John Wick.
I was agreeing with you.
No, you said you agreed with Rich.
No, I meant you, Kieran. I agree with you.
Oh,
well then I retract what I said about John Wick.
Sorry.
No, it wasn't.
Respect on my name. Nah, sorry.
I apologize. Can I say what I was going to say, please?
It's okay. Go ahead.
I'm Rich. Gotham, yeah. Gotham.
Yeah, it's great. It's a ringtone. Go ahead.
Two things. I can't remember if it was. I don't think it was Brie Larson. I think it was someone else who was saying, for those of you who are complaining about this movie being a woman, well, this isn't for you. This is for the... Blah, blah, blah. Shut your mouth. Yeah? Mm-hmm. We have been invested in this.
No, she didn't say that. She didn't say that.
It wasn't Brie Larson. It was someone else.
No.
Who said that?
No, basically, she was talking about something in time. What's it called again?
A Wrinkle in Time.
Somebody... I think somebody said something. It wasn't Brie Larson about
after the film came out. That was Clark Gregg.
Before Coulson. The film came out. Let me finish.
Go on.
About this movie isn't for like men or whatever. It's for kids, to show kids that you can do this too, or some nonsense like that. It's not for the adults, males or some. No,
that was no. So basically, what happened was when A Wrinkle in Time was coming out. Brie Larson said that she, when she was doing her, I think it's two things. Basically, when she was doing her interviews and that, it was basically full of middle-aged white men.
Yeah, basically. I know that part.
Yeah, so she was saying that A Wrinkle in Time isn't made for you guys. It isn't made for them. So she doesn't want to do the press speeches and interviews with full of people who the film isn't for, or get reviews from people who because it isn't for them. So she now that she's got a lot more power in a sense that she's more notable.
She's got a platform.
She's got a platform, so she can say who she wants to do her interviews with. So instead of doing it with middle-aged white guys who probably ain't even going to enjoy the film because it's not really for them, she would rather do it with girls, women of color, because that film was for younger women.
I remember that, and I agree with that. But I swear somebody else said something as well.
No, it's all the people that are going on Rotten Tomatoes saying that this film is crap and don't watch it because Brie Larson doesn't like white guys.
I heard. All right, well, you know what? Forget it then. I thought somebody said something about it being for kids and to show kids that they can do. My point to that was just going to say is that that's BS because we've been invested in this franchise for like 10 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. We have just as much right to watch this movie as a little girl or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Marvel
and it should be made
just for gender specific. They make just movies for comic.
Yeah, exactly. So that's basically what I was gonna say. The thing that I heard wasn't from Brie Larson. It was from someone else. If I find it, I'll maybe I'll bring it up. But the other thing I was gonna say is I watched this little animated short on I think I'll give them a shout out. It's by Cartoon Hooligans on YouTube. Yay! And it was basically like Captain America versus Captain Marvel. And when Nick Fury introduced her, he gathered all the Avengers and for some reason Miles Morales. And and said like, and now to introduce the first woman in the MCU to get a movie, and then Black Widow runs off crying. And to me that was sad. And I was like, yeah, she's getting a movie now, but I feel like she should have got a movie before Captain Marvel. Yeah, and I would have definitely supported that movie. She should have got a movie, and I don't feel like it should. It's a shame that for whatever reason now it's taking place her movie's going to be after all the good shit has happened.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like it should have been before.
Should have been,
yeah.
Should have been
But
during
so
the
that's the
Captain
only
America stuff. Yeah.
Her movie would have fit in nicely after after the Winter Soldier, for example. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what I was going to say.
But do you not think? Do you lot think? Sorry to cut. Do you lot think Captain Marvel is going to fight Thanos? Because for some reason, I don't think she is. You know.
I feel like
that she's not going to.
I feel like she will, but I don't feel like she'll be the one to beat him because I feel like it would be too easy.
I think it would be Ant-Man that will beat him. Something like
Ant-Man?
that. Someone like that. Yeah. I think he'll turn small and just knock him out or something.
Maybe. I mean, he wasn't there at the first fight. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a funny feeling like she's gonna come back, and then they're gonna catch her up to speed and stuff, and then I feel like she's gonna go off and tell someone about what's going on, even though that people should already know because half people have gone missing. But she's gonna tell a certain person, and then it's gonna be like, all right, cool, we've got to intervene. I'm hoping Silver Surfer comes in here somewhere, but
I don't think it will be Silver Surfer because I'd imagine when the Silver Surfer comes, she's not going to be friends with the Silver Surfer. I'd imagine at this point in time in the MCU, he's Galactus' herald. He's going around looking for plans. Yeah. You're thinking of Silver Surfer who's not bound to Galactus, and that hero. There's no way that's how they'll introduce. No. I mean, I'd be surprised if they introduced him as Silver Surfer, no longer bound to Galactus. And if they did it like that, to be honest, I would think, okay, clearly Kevin Feige isn't running things anymore. Someone else is doing this. Yeah, do you get what I mean?
But they'd have to do it in the best possible way. But yeah, I know what you mean. But like, I have a feeling that she's not gonna fight Thanos. I think she's gonna either bring people to fight him, or she's gonna tell someone who is capable of fighting him. So
the other thing I want to say is real quick, just so because there's a lot of people, and it's like people are idiots. Like you just can't. Not accept things, but kind of come to your own conclusions, but the right conclusions. So, like at the end of Infinity War, you see Nick Fury pages Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel was set in the 90s, and people were like, "Well, for all the other things, why didn't they?"
Yeah, why wasn't she come earlier?
First of all, if you watch this movie, you'll get an understanding as to why. Yeah, and Secondly, who's to say during all this? The 1990s was a while ago now. Yeah. How are the kids that were born in the 90s like turning 30? Yeah. Who's to say that? Let's say this movie. Who's to say that 10 years after this movie, they didn't meet up? Like, who's to say that she didn't come back and forth from Earth? Why is it? She was there once in the 90s and now she's coming back. Just think. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're exactly right. I was going to say something, but it might be kind of a spoilery kind of thing.
I know. I have a feeling I know what you're going to say.
Let's talk about it next week. But I think definitely this has been a good movie. Yeah. Like I said, me personally, I believe, like I said, I'm an action. I like action films. I like films that are kind of that tells a good story as well. And for me personally, like I said. We'll talk more about it next week, but for me, it was better than Wonder Woman because there's a lot more action in it. For me, it kind of meant a lot more as well for me as well.
Well, of course, it means a lot more to you.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a biased opinion.
Marvel all the way. But it was. I did enjoy it. It was a good film, and I will see.
Move on. Yes. Woo! Captain Marvel.
Go see it. Go watch it.
Yeah. Go watch it. What we got?
Keeping with Marvel, I am really excited for this. Marvel Studios is producing a What If animated TV series.
Oh, it's animated.
Yeah. So this one, it won't be canon to the Marvel cinematic universe, but it will be overseen by Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios. So I'm sure it would have the characters in animated form. And I just think it's perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. That's every theory known to GEEK, like
Yeah.
Astrology, what if is going on. Now that's a good concept, because that kind of like, I feel like that's a nice kind of antidote for us as well. It's just like, oh yeah, what if Professor Xavier was a bad guy? What if, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
So
know?
What do you mean? You mean what if Xavier was a good guy?
Yeah,
Is that what
sorry,
you meant?
yes. That's what I meant. Thank you for correcting me. I do apologize. Yes.
So for those of you who don't know, What If is a comic book series from Marvel who do crazy stories. It's like kind of like a Twilight Zone-ish kind of stories, where it has like, what if Captain America hadn't vanished from the World War II? What if Loki picked up Thor's hammer? What if Spider-Man was a wrestler or kept being a wrestler or something like that? There's been many, many, many of them. It got launched in 1977, and it continued to come on and off again. It's almost 200 issues and 9 volumes in a 9-volume run.
Okay, so they got a lot to do.
Yeah, there's so much. You've got, what if Venom possessed the Punisher?
Wow.
What if Iron Man was trapped in time of King Arthur?
Wow.
I mean, like I said, 200 plus.
Yeah,
So
that's a lot.
Is this going to be on their streaming service? Did you say?
yeah.
Oh, I
Disney
was going to
Plus.
say, because the thing that bugs me about anything animated from Marvel is that it's so child friendly. I mean, I wouldn't say it was in the 90s, but have you seen the cartoons these days?
Yeah.
The animation
They're
is
too
bad.
much.
They're not even trying with the animation. The story is just so lackluster, and so to me, this sounds like a great concept.
Yeah.
Like on paper or in our script, this sounds great, but they have to do it properly.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They
the
can't be
animation
like,
team needs to be a bit different than what they're using at. Well, I mean, that's the thing. It is kind of like Disney now, isn't it? So it is like,
it's going to be
really,
big eyes and small features and bright colors and that's it. That's it. It's got to have the Disney archetype. Oh,
bring back the animated series. That kind of attitude, man. We need that 90s attitude. Come on.
Yeah,
bring that.
We do. We need some adult sugar honey iced tea. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll be looking out for that.
Yeah, we're definitely looking out for that. Apparently, the Disney set the date for the 20th of March. That's when that's the closing date for the 21st Century Fox acquisition.
Ooh,
So by the 20th, we'll find out what is actually going on, and we'll see what's happening.
I'm really looking forward to Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, because I feel like, I don't know if I said this to someone the other day, and I can't remember if it was on this podcast, but I feel like they weren't there, as in Marvel, Disney weren't there last year, and I feel like they will be this year with some crazy news. Just like
some sauce.
mind-blowing news for like, next the coming years with what's going on with Marvel. So we'll have to wait and see.
Nice. Ooh.
Yeah, definitely.
What's next?
So what's next is Idris Elba replaces Will Smith as Deadshot, apparently.
Yes.
All right, let's do the whole Suicide Squad 2 thing. So Idris Elba will be replacing Will Smith as Deadshot. Joel Kinnaman, his Rick Flag, won't be returning. We've also got some lineups as well. We got Ratcatcher, aka Otis Flanagan. Now New, aka King Shark, and Polka Dot Man, aka Mr. Polka Dot. So apparently these guys are coming on to will be in the lineup for Suicide Squad 2.
Okay. So cool. Idris.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm because of the travesty of the last movie. I don't care. I have to see the movie. So I don't care.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Isha. I'm like, first of all, the only one of these guys that I recognize Hang on, let me
King
read
Shark.
this guy properly. It's King Shark, yeah.
That's the only one I know. Is.
And I think I might know Polka Dot Man from like something from Batman, but
I think
nothing.
you're probably thinking about the Spot from Spider-Man
No, the
anime.
spot did come into my mind, but I'm just mean.
What are these names?
So is Harley Quinn not in this now? Like, because she's
Oh, no,
so
she's
big.
not.
Well,
Right.
apparently
Yeah.
she may be in it. Nothing's been reported. She's expected to be in it, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't.
I'm just not about this. I would
I
say
would
that
rather Idris would be. I would rather him be someone else rather than
yeah,
replacing
I was gonna say
Deadshot.
he'd be a smooth Deadshot. um, but I just feel like I just don't care. Yeah.
Yeah. Literally, I'm just like,
There we go then.
oh, there we go. Sourceful.
It's
Yeah.
it's like
First it's Star Trek. Now it's
Yeah, I know.
you just keep ending it on these whack. I don't care things, man.
Do you care about the Arrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, next season will be the last.
Yeah, I heard.
Stephen Amell reveals it will be ending this fall.
Oh.
So episode 7 is currently airing. Season 7 is airing, but it would end on season 8. He said on Twitterverse, playing Oliver Queen has been the greatest professional experience of my life. But you can't be a vigilante forever. Arrow will return for the final run of 10 episodes this fall. There's so much to say. For now, I just want to say thank you.
No. Don't cry.
I mean,
don't cry.
I want to say thank you to him because I think without him and his outgoing personality, I think he's pretty much not to that extent, but pretty much like the Robert Downey Jr. of the CW. He's kind of been the face of it. He's been really involved. I think he's been great. He's been a great Arrow.
Do you know what? He has been a great Arrow. I watched an episode last night, which was a shame it wasn't as good as it usually is. It was just seemed a bit. It was a really weak episode. But I feel like I'm done. You know, for me, this is a shame. The reason I say that is because Cisco and Caitlin are leaving the Flash.
Yeah,
Arrow's ending, and they kind of come into a decline.
When Batwoman's
coming, and I'm like, I kind of watch these shows for themselves, but also I look forward to all the guests and do you know what I mean? This universe has kind of become its own TV MCU.
Yeah.
And I feel like once Caitlin and Cisco leave the Flash, that's only going to go downhill as well. And now Arrow's ending. I feel like I think it's called Crisis on Infinite Earths is the next the crossover. I feel like after that crossover, I'll be done. I'll just and I think it's a shame because like you know, Bruce Wayne Batman has finally been mentioned as yes, this person exists in this universe, and I thought we'd probably get him soon at some point.
Yeah,
I'm just done. Whatever. It's a shame. I'm upset. Whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty upset.
Everybody's in their feelings.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But it's been
sorry.
You know, hopefully Arrow will end on a good season. They'll do some good stuff.
Yeah.
Next one is your one, Isha. Crunchyroll and Adult Swim are merging.
Yes, Crunchyroll and Adult Swim are merging together. So you're going to get all of the juiciness of Adult Swim and all of the craziness of Crunchyroll anime. It's just really good that, you know what I mean, they're going to have a nice big injection of anime into their synopsis and whatnot. You know, just introducing more people to different animes that probably they're not familiar with. some old school ones. You know, no Dante's loading missiles, just him being moody, you know, behind a curtain, killing people in front of children. So yeah, but he's like, I'm not going. Yeah, and he's like, I'm not entertaining you today. But yeah, no, it'll be a nice merger. I'm not quite sure when they're emerging. I'm not sure if they've already done it, but I'm sure we'll be finding out soon. Yeah, I just hope.
So does this mean that? Sorry to interrupt. Does this mean because Crunchyroll is on PlayStation, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's got its own streaming service, so that's what I'm a bit worried about. I'm like, do I not have to pay extortionate amount of money to watch Crunchy Swim or Adult Crunch, whatever you're gonna call it, like you know, adult
roll swim,
a roll swim, whatever you know what I mean, whatever you're gonna call it. I don't want to have to pay extortionate money, and I hope that maybe they're just gonna put it on TV or whatever, but I hope that we still have access to it. So.
You know what I think? Yeah. That Crunchyroll is a waste of money. It's a waste of money. Do you want to know why it's a waste of money?
You can watch it for free.
It's because you're basically there, you're paying to watch anime, which is all well and good. You should pay for your services. Yeah. I'm just saying you don't have to.
But you don't have to pay for Crunchyroll. You can watch it with adverts for free.
But again, you don't have to. This is what I'm saying.
Well, I like you should said, it is good that you can watch it with adverts for free. A lot of services don't even actually provide that. You have to actually pay for it. But I think having the opportunity to watch something still for free and not having to pay for it.
You know, I feel like I have to finish this conversation off air, is all I'm saying.
They do anime, they do live action movies, and they do like TV series, live action TV series. So they have like, you know, and they have podcast competitions. So it's a nice little, you know, hub of stuff. So it'll be nice to see how they're going to integrate that into Adult Swim and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? I don't mind watching Mob Psycho 100 with Rick and Morty. I ain't mad at that. You know what I mean? So that's good for me. Is Rick and Morty coming back? I'm not sure. But yeah, one day. But yay! Nice. That's a nice merger. I just hope that again they don't hike up the price and it's not so far that I can't watch it. Because with the Brexit thing, I don't know whether I can watch some stuff if I go out.
Wow. Okay.
I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. And next year we're going to be like, remember Brexit when that was almost a thing?
I hope so.
Well, speaking of something almost being a thing, we've got the last one. The last one is Teespring. You should go on Teespring and check out our goods on there. We've got nice t-shirts, some nice hoodies there. We've got a cup on there, you know, check it out.
We've got phone cases, some tights.
We haven't got those just yet, but we do have the other stuff, the t-shirts and
we have vests, 2 different kinds of vests.
Yes.
We do. So if you want to get your saucy stuff, go on Teespring. You know.
I'm not wearing one today. I'm wearing a Batman t-shirt. But next week I will be wearing one because I ordered one today. I have to pay for my own wares.
My sauce. Yeah, we
pay for our own ones.
Pay for our stuff, of course.
Yeah, mate.
So my one's coming too. It should be in the post very soon. So but yes, go visit TEE Springs.
teespring.com/
the
Soul. Okay. Well, yeah.
And if you use the special code that Rich will give you, you'll get the sauce. You'll get 20% off your order. So you don't even have to pay full price. We're practically giving them away.
Indeed. Indeed.
20% markup.
So the real last one is Brian K. Vaughan to pilot the Gundam movie.
Yes. When is this coming out?
We don't really know when. There's no release date for it, but he did mention it. At least? He did mention it back in 2017 December.
Yeah,
he signed an exclusive deal with Legendary.
Oh God.
for an adaptation of the comic book, for his comic book work, as well as other projects such as Gundam. I mean, Brian K. Vaughan is
Awesome.
He is awesome. He is a badass. So, yeah, we'll see what he brings to Gundam, because the Gundam's got a massive history.
Massive, almost as big as what, Transformers? Like,
yeah, I mean,
it's not bigger.
I mean, it's bigger in Japan, but over in the Western world, it probably isn't. But yeah, I mean, yeah,
exciting.
I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Just please don't single out a specific like Gundam member and do a Bumblebee thing. Just do Gundam, innit? Just do.
Yeah. I don't think that they'll do that. I don't think.
Okay, let's hope. Okay.
Are we at the end? Because
we're finished.
No. The reason is because on a slight added extra thing, I just wanted to ask Isha.
Yes.
Forget Devil May Cry. I need to know why you didn't like, because I finished it this morning. Devil May Cry Baby. Why didn't you like it? Like what exactly? Because I can't remember your review from way back. Firstly,
I didn't like the animation. For me, for some reason, it just didn't sit well. Like I just visually, it wasn't appealing to me. And then second, I don't know, it's just the main character just got on my nerves. Like, so I was just like, oh, you kill somebody, please. I just maybe I need to give it another go.
Did you finish it?
No, I've got like to the middle, and I was like, ugh.
Oh, okay, man.
And then
this was a really
halfway in, and then I was like,
okay, I finished it today.
It wasn't like I just watched one episode. So
okay, I finished it today, and I have to say, me personally, that anime had so much heart, and there was one thing that happened to a character that reminded me of when the little girl died in Fullmetal Alchemist. I remember thinking like, wow, and it's. I would recommend you just persevere. If you have to smoke weed while you're watching it or drink, just persevere just to get you through.
Okay.
Because I feel like this anime had so much heart, and the way it turns out with who Rio turned out to be and what happens to some of the characters, I just didn't see it going in that direction at all. I really enjoyed it. So I just want to know why you didn't enjoy it. So the animation, to be honest, I'll give you that. It's not the best. It's not the best when it comes to anime, but so I'll give you that. But story-wise, I think this was really good. If you don't like it when you finish it, then fine. I won't say anything, but I just think you missed out, and I think it was really, really good. It's a really good anime. Okay. So that goes for the rest of you nuts.
Meow. Yeah, we'll have another go of Devil May Cry Baby. Why is it called Cry Baby? I don't even like the name. Like,
because he cries. He feels for people, and they even
not Cry Baby. Like, why baby?
Because he's a crybaby. I'm Devil Man. I'm not.
Cry Baby. But
that's all I wanted to just throw that out.
Okay, I will give it another go. But yes, okay. We've come to the end of the show, people.
Yeah, he is Devil Man.
I'm not. I'm on the side of Jesus.
I'm on the side of the Soul. And we have the Soul this week. Yes. I just want to say thanks again to the Bloods Bloods of Us who came on last week. One half of Bloods of Us. Thank you guys for coming on. Hopefully we can do another one pretty
maybe next time we can have a full chicken on instead of half a chicken.
Half chicken. Half a spicy chicken. Yay. Well, we'll be backing up with them soon. It will be all of us, and we'll be having a great discussion. But
and look out for them on their show when Infinity War. No, sorry, when Endgame comes out, the Bloods and the Source Wall are gonna have kind of like a superhero team up. And just discuss the hell out of that movie. Look out for that.
There's gonna be verbal fights. I can't wait for it. It's great. It's gonna be amazing. But thank you for joining us, the Sean's, and the imaginary Keith. And yay!
Don't forget to bring a sandwich.
Meow. Have a great rest of the week. Like, share, subscribe. all of that good stuff.
Bye and travel safely.
Peace.